Hi guys, hope you are well and safe. Today we are gonna present you a video presentation of the single most traumatic event for the Jewish people in the 20th century, that is Holocaust. Basically, Holocaust was confronted to the world after the defeat of the Hitler in the World War II. As for the definition, the Holocaust was the state-sponsored systematic persecution and annihilation of European Jewry by Nazi Germany and its collaborators between 1933 and 1949. Jews were the primary victims of Nazis. About 6 million people were murdered by them. Romans, physically and mentally disabled people, and Poles were also targeted for destruction and decimation for racial, ethnic, and national reasons. Millions more Jehovah's Witnesses, Soviet prisoners of war, and political dissidents also suffered grievances, oppression, and death under Nazi tyranny.
The Nazi Party came to power in Germany in 1933. The Nazis believed that Germans were members of a biologically superior race, threatened with extinction through the struggle for survival with inferior races. They saw Jews especially as a biological threat to the German race. Adolf Hitler moved to extend Germany power in Central Europe, annexing Austria and destroying Czechoslovakia in 1938 to 1939. In the aftermath of the violence of the Kristallnacht programs, the Nazis instituted the first systematic roundups of German and Austria Jews. They deported approximately 30,000 Jewish men to Dachau and other concentration camps. After Kristallnacht, Germany invaded Poland. In September 1939, beginning World War II, the Germans killed or resettled hundreds of thousands of Poles in an effort to create new living space for Germanic race. German authorities forced the Jewish population into ghettos.
In June 1941, Germany attacked the Soviet Union. This battle was also an ideological battle. German order police battalion supported by units of German army slaughtered Jews and other victims in mass shooting. They killed more than 1.5 million Jewish men, women and children in mass shooting. Germans and Polish officials established killing center in German occupied Poland where the Jewish population was both relatively numerous and densely settled. Carbon monoxide gas were primary method of murder. Allied troops began to encounter tens of thousands of concentration camps prisoners in an effort to prevent large number of prisoners from falling into the hands of the allies, for example Soviet Union, Poland, France, etc. The German forced the evacuation of many camps, compelling thousands of prisoners to march into the interior of Germany. Prisoners called the forced march as Death March.
By the spring of 1945, conditions in the remaining concentration camp executed a terrible toll in human lives. Overcrowded faithfully with few supplies, these camps become site of mass death. Around half of the concentration camp populated in January 1945 died before the war's end. World War II ended in Europe with the unconditioned surrender of German armed force in May 1945. In addition of millions of death victims, Nazi Germany and its collaborations murdered hundreds of Jewish community in Europe, some centuries old, disappeared forever in the massive crime we now call the Holocaust.